This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by MPix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto, imagine more. On One Software, software that gets you back to shooting. Adorama, more than a camera store. Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images. Peach Pit Press, publishers of technology books, ebooks, and videos for creative people. Epson, exceed your vision. Expo Imaging, Rogue Flash Benders for speedlight enthusiasts. Nix Software, photography first. And B&H Photo, the professional source.
Count it, Wani. Count it like you live. Hi,
Fast and Furious.
Woo! And welcome to another spectacular episode of The Grid. It is our very, very popular, semi-famous blind photo critiques episode, and we are very excited to have our special guest in the studio. But before we get to him, I want to let it marinate for just a moment, because before we get to him, it's time for me to introduce a man who's ambidextrous, multi-breasted, the flatulent Matt Kloskowski.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
You don't even
Happy to be
flinch
here.
anymore. I
No,
say these
yeah,
horrible
yeah.
things about you. And you
Dude,
just,
it's been like almost 9 years.
I know. You're
I'm
getting used to
surprised
it.
you
I am at home with my flatulence.
Okay, and just for old time's sake, he's rocking the house. It's Matt Kloskowski. All right. Hey, we have a very special guest in the studio today. You're here doing some classes with us, and we said,
am.
dude, you have to be on the grid.
Yeah,
Did we?
you really didn't give me a choice.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
But that's the way that's how we roll here. Like, Terry, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing?
He kind of knows.
Yes, you
Terry's
are.
been here enough times
Yeah.
that he pretty much knows he's signing up.
Oh,
for it.
knock, who's there? You are. Okay. It is the one and the only, the beautiful Mr. Terry White.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, you don't have to be that formal, Terry. It's just
Oh,
us.
well, I really didn't have a choice. I'm being held hostage against my will.
Okay, that's better. All right. And also here, all the way from France, sporting a very Halloweeny look today.
That just did not sound great.
Halloweeny.
Halloweeny.
It's Miss Nancy Massey.
I
There
can't
she
look
is.
evil. Hi.
Nancy, what's with the new table and all? Is this like
I don't know. I'm in a cafe.
you are in a cafe?
Cafe in France.
You're in a cafe, and there just happens to be the grid on the screen behind you. So, wow, I didn't think Starbucks had that. Hey, so Nancy, can you explain today's outfit for us?
This is my send up to Clockwork Orange.
Oh, it is
Fantastic. Yeah,
Clockwork
I'm a dude.
Orange with the
Yeah.
hat and everything.
A little bit of
You know,
the
that was
ultra
an
violence.
extremely disturbing movie.
No,
I know
not at all.
it is.
No, that was a horribly disturbing. Like, I
You
didn't
think?
know. I didn't really know, and I started watching it, and I was like,
Kind
yeah.
of killed
This is
Beethoven for me
horrible.
for a while. But
yeah. I didn't watch the whole movie either. It was just,
I figured if Bart Simpson can do it, so can I.
It was like the Crying Game. I mean,
it was like the crying game.
Did you ever see the Crying Game?
No.
Oh God! Don't ever watch the Crying
Okay,
Game.
so Nancy,
Yeah.
but this was not your official Halloween outfit, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Can you tell us about your Halloween outfit?
I did a steampunk outfit.
Ooh, steampunk.
Yes, and I had like the steampunk goggles, but the cool part was I made a bodice out of duct tape. And it looked
She
really
made a
cool.
bodice.
Hey.
That sounds naughty.
Is it bad that I don't know what a bodice is?
It's because just say it like it's naughty.
It's naughty.
Something
It's
that goes over
naughty.
your body, I presume.
It's a bodice.
It lifts and
Lifts.
separates.
Oh, it does? I mean, that's
Oh.
something different I thought. Sorry. Anyway, quick, new topic.
Those are the ones we're critiquing today.
Yes, we're critiquing shots of her steampunk outfit. Okay, but we got a great show. Hey, a couple of things. Terrible storm went, through the Northeast,
Yeah.
and
Still
unbelievably bad. Still wreaking havoc up there. I wound up having to cancel my Washington D.C. seminar on Monday, which was the right call. But I just found out today. I guess they're going to reschedule it for I think November 15th.
Oh, cool.
So I'll be back up there when it's nice and sun and shiny and everything in D.C. So if we miss you on Monday, I'll be there in just a couple weeks. Also, I'm coming to Boston next week. Next Wednesday, I'm in Boston with my Photoshop for Photographers tour. And we're almost full, but if you want to grab a seat, you can go do it at kelbytraininglive.com. Just go to kelbytraining.com and click on seminars.
Sweet.
Anything else going on?
That's it.
Oh, great guest blog today. Frank Doorhoff on my guest blog.
Frank.
I saw that.
Frank is on my guest blog today. So I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird?
He's not German.
He's not German, but go to my blog. Frank Doorhoff has a wonderful, and it's a thinking kind of thing. He's got some very you know, it starts to make you think about how you put together portrait shoots and stuff. It's a terrific, terrific blog. It's some really great, he has examples too. There it is. He has a couple of examples that are like, can we scroll down just a second? This is kind of interesting. Keep going. A little further. Next, second to that. Wow, I lost this image. There you go. A little further. That one and the next one. Those outfits are made from a Christmas wrapping paper. And he talks a lot about repurposing things and doing shoots on a budget without having to hire a stylist. And while he loves to hire a stylist, he's got some very creative ideas on things you can do. So hey, if you get a chance, go check it out over on my blog, scottkelly.com. We've got so much to cover. We were doing your blind critiques today. I don't want to really spend any more time. Let's get right on them. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it is blind critique time. We'll give you our blind critique disclaimer. It's Terry's first one with us, so we have to bring him in gently. But we'll see you guys after the break. Stick around. Don't go away.
For more than 25 years, Peachpit has been home to the world's best authors and continues to publish the best books, ebooks, videos, and apps. Whether you're an aspiring or established photographer, Peachpit is here to help you learn new techniques and inspire your creativity. Peachpit, the future looks creative.
When bad weather strikes and threatens your next outdoor shoot, you need the experience. The experience of a photographer that can handle any situation.
Get your hair out of your eyes! Come on!
The experience of Joe McNally.
Bad weather doesn't mean you can turn in a bad shoot. It's really bad weather out here, Harry! I'm not gonna leave this dock without a picture.
Trust Joe to teach you the tips you'll need to capture stunning photos even when the weather turns ugly.
Anybody there see the sun? I don't.
Don't let bad weather ruin your next...
I'm happy again. What am I supposed to out here? Sing a chorus of I Feel Pretty?
Don't let bad weather ruin your next photo shoot.
Telling people what is perfectly obvious, that the weather sucks!
Rely on Joe McNally to help you weather the storm.
The miracle of photography visits us again. We are...
Learn how to take great photos in bad weather. Watch Joe McNally.
Whoa, was that the same cow?
Okay, we are back. Hey, we heard that we had some audio issues, and we hope that they're fixed, but there's no way for us actually to know.
I'm not going to talk.
I think it's probably best. So anyway, Scott Kelby here with Matt Kloskowski and Terry White. So we want to go over the rules of the blind critiques. Okay, so first, they're called blind photo critiques because unless you put a watermark on them, we don't mention the person's name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you put your own watermark on it and submitted them, that'll be obvious who they are.
Nothing we can do about it.
But we try not to mention we don't mention your name unless you mention it yourself. Number two is, what's different about our critiques is we give you our honest opinion, because we know that when you go on Flickr, it doesn't matter if you put up a picture of your shoe, people are like, it's inspired. It's magical. And if you put it on any social media, people will line up
every
to
site pretty much
tell
nowadays.
you that you have a gift. So what we try to do is, if it's a good photo, we tell you why we like it. what's good about it. If it's a bad photo, we're just real frank, it's bad, or here's what you need to fix. Sometimes we're able to actually open it up in Photoshop and show if it's a cropping issue or a tonal issue or something like that.
And sometimes when it's a good photo, because we've heard the feedback before. Well, tell us more about why it's a good photo. You know what? Sometimes we just don't always know why it's a good photo. Like it just strikes you, and you're like, that looks
wow,
great.
that looks great. And sometimes the answer is, wow, great lighting, great composition.
Yeah.
But it's breaking down the composition is sometimes it's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, so somebody asked, oh, by the way, we are still looking at your comments. One of the comments came in, is Terry there to film a class? If so, what class? You're taping actually 3 classes.
I am here doing 3 classes, 3 long overdue classes. The first one's Intro to InDesign. Last one I did was like on CS3, I think, here.
So, yeah.
So updating that one. And the very popular requested how to create iPad apps with InDesign class. I'm finally getting that one down.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to have an app, there we
Right.
go.
And we'll use a portfolio as an example, but it doesn't have to be a portfolio, obviously, to build the app. And the last one is the using an iPad in a digital photography workflow. So it's just basically taking the class that I do at Photoshop World and turning it into an online class.
That class is very cool. I think people are going to really be surprised.
And
because
by
it's
the
not
way,
just standard stuff.
it's not taking pictures with the iPad.
No. It's using it in
It's
your
actually
workflow.
using it in your workflow.
And you use it as well as anybody I've heard out there. I mean, you
Yeah,
really do a lot
I
of
use
things.
it for a variety of different things throughout the entire photography workflow from start to finish.
I think it's going to be a terrific class. Okay, so going forward now, just understand, because what will happen is people say, oh, you guys are being mean and all. We're not trying to be mean. We're really trying to help. But what we hope that you guys watching do is you can learn a tremendous amount. Matt and I do these week-long workshops, and we always do in-class critiques. Now, they're still blind. We don't say who the class member was. But if we have 30 people in our workshop, we go through there. And at the end of the week, people invariably say,
It's one of the best
This is one of the best things of the whole week. Because by looking at other people's work, you can go, oh, gosh, I do that same thing. Oh, I need to be doing that to my work. So it's not really about them. It's about photography and composition and light and color and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to look at. Let's get started. The first one here is not a really bad shot. It's this shot. I wish I could make it bigger. I really can't. It's full screen there. So the lighting's not bad. The retouching might be a little tad. The only thing about it is she's doing something in her pose
Did you do the zoom in?
that is. I guess I could do that.
Oh, that helped.
There we go. I can get it. It's going to be pixelated as anything.
Not really. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. All right. So we generally don't like to see people's armpits.
Yeah.
And the problem is that by and large, models love to show you
Show
their
your
armpits. So the only thing I would, other than the lighting is not really bad. The lighting's actually okay. And her expression's kind of interesting. I like the expression, on her face. My only thing would be, there's lots of armpits. Armpits aren't generally attractive, and when they're a main feature in your photo, that's kind of.
Would you crop it at all?
Well, yeah, you could certainly make the crop a little tighter. So if it were me, I might crop it in. Let me zoom out a little bit.
Just on the top a little bit.
Yeah, I would probably crop the whole thing in just a bit tighter, maybe. And I crop a lot of heads in too, so I might crop it, maybe more like that.
Yeah. And
Just makes the image more dynamic.
go ahead, Terry.
I was going to say, I would add, I'm guilty of the armpit photographer model as well. But I will say, if you do have someone who has or likes to show their armpit, or they like that pose where their arms are up all the time, then it's your job, if you're going to use that picture, to make sure you retouch those armpits.
Yeah, her armpits are not
so
retouched.
that there's basically as smooth as silk, unrealistically smooth, so there's nothing there.
Right,
Because
because
if you're
look
going
at
to
the
show
lines
them
you
off,
see
then you're going
here.
to see them.
Yeah.
We can look at the lines that are here, right? I can zoom in a little
Okay.
tighter here.
Because as an armpit goes, we tend to, your eye is drawn to it. Okay, you start looking to see, well, what is in that armpit, unfortunately. and
Now,
that's-
here's what you
shouldn't
might
be
also
the case.
want to
Is
do.
in that arm.
You might also want to
I
try.
don't typically wonder that,
Here.
Terry.
Well, I mean, because it's there, you're looking at it. If
Try
it
this.
wasn't there, you're
Try
not going to
this.
wonder it.
Try to put a little of that there. There you go. Now we're talking.
I was trying not to go there. Okay,
Why?
the opposite of what he did.
No, come on. If you're gonna,
Oh, this poor girl.
Yeah. Okay. That
poor
was that,
photographer.
all right.
So
really-
take what Scott did
Keep it up
and
for a
go,
second.
the other direction.
Okay, so this is an overall thought, and Pete's going to know exactly. Pete's monitoring your comments up front here. Pete's going to know exactly what I'm talking about because I posted a tutorial where I took a photo and I went and cropped it and everything like that. It was a couple in Central Park, and the guy had his arms behind her, and it was full body. I wanted full body. I wanted you to see the scenery behind them. The couple was dead center in the frame, but the rest of the image still followed the rule of thirds. Their eyes were up at the top. Everything. You know, there was stuff down at the bottom. And I had a lot of people comment and say, "I watch you and Scott on the grid, and you guys always say don't center things." This is an example. You can center people in a frame. I wouldn't want their head in the middle of the frame and like a whole bunch of headroom on top of it. So,
yeah, and you know what? I mean, here's what it is. The general rule is you don't want people in the center of the frame. But as I've seen Moose Peterson talk about many times, Moose brings up a picture of an eagle. It's in flight. It's dead in the middle of the screen, and it's absolutely where it's supposed to be. You have to understand, you got to learn the rules first. Once you learn the rules, you can break them because you're breaking them on purpose, or you know there's a specific reason why this happens. Because if we just had rules to photography, everything could be judged strictly by the rules. But it's not. It's art. The rules are to help you to create the art. The rules exist to go, here's a better way to make a dynamic photo. Does that mean you can never, ever have a photo that has the subject in the middle that's instant death? Absolutely not. But it does mean, you know, keep this in mind. It's a way to make more dynamic photos. But sometimes an incredibly dynamic photo has the subject right in the middle of it. But until you know the difference, go with the rule of thirds.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, next. So this isn't a bad photo. It's I kind of like the little glow behind the head. It doesn't really tell me much about the subject. So just like, I don't really know anything about this guy, and I do like portraits that do tell you something. I don't know enough about him. I'm looking at his wristband and his watch, and he looks just, I'm looking straight at the camera. I just don't get any kind of emotion or anything from it. It's not badly lit. It's not badly composed. It's just a guy.
It's a nice, serious headshot.
Yeah, it's just a guy.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is, and you went straight, Scott mentioned it, went straight to what, after I got past the headshot, I started looking around the photo, and the first thing I went to was the armband. And for whatever reason, the watch seems okay to me, but the armband's bugging me. So if that were my photo, I'd probably retouch the armband out of it. I don't know why, it's just bothering me.
In reality, he may wear this armband every day. There may be a story behind it, but I have no idea what it is. It's just, you know. I think it's a hair scrunchie. It's a hair scrunchie. Could be a hair scrunchie. Okay. This just isn't doing it for me. And I don't know why. It's not particularly good lighting. I don't like the shadows on her nose. I don't like the face to the right. In fact, I like the face, the gold face, better than I like the real person's face, and that shouldn't be that way. It's just, I don't know. It's a funky shot. It's cropped weird.
A lot of times we say crop in tight. This is too tight.
This is too tight. Yeah, because you don't want to. We cut off their heads all the time. That's perfectly acceptable. You don't cut off the chin.
Yeah.
Why is my cursor moving like it's in molasses? There we go. So that's just. It's a bad crop. The eyes need some serious retouching.
But you had a good point that you typically don't crop the chin.
Yeah, you wouldn't crop the chin, but it's just kind of a funky shot all the way around.
If you're going for that garbage bag type of look, I can't tell what it is.
And this one, I don't know which is worse, this one or this one. It's just not a. The lighting here is completely flat. It's just not a very flattering picture.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't look like the same photographer who took the two pictures we saw in the beginning.
This shot is dramatic. It's got some mood to it. It's got some armpits. This one is I think this is a good photo. This is a good photo. This isn't. This is sketchy, and this is just not a good shot. This is like I got a pop-up flash, bang. You know, it's just, and I know it's not what you use because I can see in the reflections in his eyes. That's not what you use as a pop-up flash, but it's just not a flattering shot. It's not a tremendously interesting subject. It's just, you know what this is like? You were doing a test. You're setting up your lights, and you asked your assistant, "Hey, can you stand here for a second while I test the lights?" Bang. Okay, this doesn't look good. Let's work on the lights. So overall, you got some potential, right? Because you're capable of taking a couple of good shots. But apparently your stuff in black and white is better than your color stuff. And that one just, goodbye. Don't put that in, don't show that to anyone.
And go back to the bag thing again. The one thing that's distracting me is that bottom hand. Is that
Too many fingers? Six
no?
fingers?
No, it's just. It's like
So that's what's
is that the
distracting him?
model's hand or is it?
No, I think it's the model's hand, but you know what it is? This is kind of just, there's nothing going on there.
It's got that fine, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Okay, let's open another one here. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. I love the lighting. I love
Emotion,
the fact that
action.
they're on a white background. It's probably a composite, but I just like it. I like the processing. Everybody in there is doing something. Like the guy on the guitar, he's just his whole gesture of looking down. Of course, the guy jumping in the air. And these may not be the three best looking guys you've ever seen, but this is not One Dimension. No, One Direction. one something. Those Gwen guys.
Single?
But I do like they use line
Yes.
6 amps, and so do I. But anyway, I like this. I like this just cool. The cord?
No, the glow around the shoe.
The glow around the shoe? I think
can't
it's
see it
just
from
a
here.
yeah, it's just a glow around the shoe. I'm cool with it though. I think this just a really cool shot. I love how much expression and emotion they got. That's just a cool shot. This is a cool shot. Look at this. Now, number one, I love the lighting on the guy. I think the lighting, you've got nice shadows. You don't have any a reflection in the
And,
Sunglasses.
no, the
Oh,
yeah.
hey, Brad's got a comment here. Most rock bands are composed of not great-looking people. That's why they picked up instruments to begin with, to meet the ladies. Hey, it worked for me. Okay, now,
Back to the cool shot.
all right. So, and I meant that as like that's where I met my wife, not. That came off really bad. I really bad. I was thinking my
well,
wife.
I was thinking, I'm like,
hey,
dude.
I married a girl singer, so I was thinking that's what I was thinking. If you're thinking something else, you're Pete. Okay. All right. So this I like it. I like everything about it. You know what I love? He's off to the side. I like the way the symbol really plays a prominent role in it.
And you know what we know what he did really well is the face is the brightest one. You
Yeah.
can't do anything about a white shirt.
No, but he's
the
got
face is the
a fade. The light is brightest up here,
And
and,
the
then
symbol,
it fades down.
the
This
symbols,
is a good,
yeah.
well executed shot. And so is this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good, well executed shot. I mean, he's going for the Jill Greenberg look or the Regina Pagels look, but I really like it. He's got great retouching. He's got that shininess that is really popular for this type of look. And this person nailed this look, and they nailed the retouching.
Yep.
So I'm digging it. This one's kind of cool. So it's obviously a composite, or you have a fiery. Or the
someone's
shoot-
in the hospital.
This was when the shoot went wrong. But no, I like it. I like the post processing. I like the guy. I like his expression and all the stuff. And he seems very angry. And he probably loved the shot. And lastly,
That's cool too.
terrific. Whoever this is, you got great lighting. You know, like like for example, you can't compare these images with the first persons. I mean, they're night and day difference. It is about, but it's everything's, the lighting is better in every one of these, right? So we'll go back. The lighting is better. The positioning of the subject is better. The way the light falls off is better. The post-processing is better. Every single aspect. This person's got it going on. So very good job. Very, very nice. Let's go to number 6. Let's see what we got here. All right.
Ooh, fitting for today.
Yeah, creepy. I don't like the spider coming out of her mouth.
Actually, I kind of dig the spider. I think that's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's creepy. Well, I don't like
Well, that's
spiders.
the point.
I mean, she's got a web on her forehead
Right,
too.
yeah,
You can't say I don't like the spider coming out of
All
her
right,
mouth.
so we're going to move on because it's hard to judge the photography of this one.
Yeah.
The makeup is very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a creative shot. I'll give it
That's
that.
a cool street photography
I like
shot.
this.
Yeah.
I like this. It's kind of nice. It looks
Good
like
composition.
It might, yeah, it could be along the Seine
I would
River or something.
crop it just a little bit more on the top.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, that's a nice. Matt, I'm gonna let you talk to this since you're the HDR guy here, but I like it.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, it's good. It's
You know what I like?
It's a
Look at the
perfect candidate for HDR.
Look at the stained glass reflections coming in on the left side of the photo.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's perfect for HDR. It's got that grungy, but not like
Overly
grungy. He's got the RC glow on it. You can see there. So yeah,
I like
and it's
it.
a church. It's perfect for that kind of stuff.
The only thing I don't like about this one, and I could be wrong, but it looks like they opened up that Nik graduated filter and just boom applied it. You know, there's a Nik software in their Color Effects Pro has these graduated filters that put like one color, then another color, then another color, and when you put it on, it looks like you added a Nik filter. That looks like the case here, even though that may not be it, but I have a feeling it is. But it's a nice picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
I don't like all this distracting stuff up here.
Yeah,
I would take out all
that's
this.
where my
there's
eye
a lot
went. I
like
was
this.
That's why I looked over. Is
This
that,
stuff.
Is
There's,
that an antenna? What is
yeah,
that?
there's just some distracting things, but not bad. Not nearly as strong as the other stuff.
But you know what? And they're either watching the show or they're watching somebody in post processing, because you see the bottom was kind of darkened a little bit, and you draw your eye into it.
Okay, you know what I like about this? They say what makes a successful silhouette is when you can very, very clearly see exactly what the subject is. You don't go, what is that? You know it's a woman, you know she's holding an umbrella, and everything is outlined really, really well. I think it's very simple, I think it's very nice, I think it's well executed.
Only thing I would do,
Yeah?
at the very bottom on the back, I'd smooth that out. That's it.
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
That's-
too.
smooth that out. Other
good
than
call
that,
on the retouch.
that's great.
Yeah, so, all right. And by the way, we'll actually do it real quick for you. So this would be something you would do with the liquefy filter. Let's zoom in a bit. Oh, I'm moving all over the place, sorry. The key to the liquefy filter is using a brush that is the right size, and you're just gonna nudge stuff around. It moves stuff like it's liquid. Tuck that in a little bit. Now the only part that's gonna be a little sticky is that little.
Yeah, but
Use
you
a
can
tiny brush.
I think I would just
brush that out.
What I think I would do is just get the clone stamp tool and get rid of that.
Right.
But let me push this out just a little bit right there. Click OK. See the difference?
Yeah, night and day. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's just, it's a little, let me make it big so you can see, because you're probably watching this on a smaller screen, but see the difference?
Now,
It's a little thing, but-
this is the thing. That is her back, and it's probably fine not being a silhouette.
Right.
But as a silhouette, it draws attention
Yeah, it
to
really
it.
does attention. Good call, Terry. All right. So there's that one. Good job, though. Overall, this
Yeah.
one, I think, I might drop out. Because you know what? People, HDR church, landscape, go back to people. But, not bad. Overall, pretty decent. Ooh, I like it. Long exposure.
Can't see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I like it.
Long exposure, yeah. You know,
pretty.
It's pretty. I would have liked to seen a much longer exposure. That would, I think, made a big difference. You can still. This looks like a 2-second exposure.
Yeah.
You needed a 30-second exposure.
And-
But this isn't bad. Don't get me wrong.
No. Yeah, and you know where the long exposure comes in is because if you're not gonna waves and ripples and things like that, they tend to get distracting and they don't make the water look nice. When you do that 30-second exposure, you use a really long exposure on this.
silk.
It smooths everything out. But it gives you that feeling of movement too.
Yep.
And it just works for
It would
something
also
like this.
make your sky cooler too. Your sky looks like kind of average, but compositionally, I think it's really, really
Yeah.
cool. And you were at the right place. Now, what this person might say is, well, I didn't have a 10-stop ND filter. I didn't have an 8-stop AD filter. I couldn't do that. That's very possible, but go back to this place and do
get
it again,
one, yeah.
because that's a cool location.
I would do it.
love to shoot that. Okay, so way back in the back, it's hard for you maybe to see on screen,
yeah, I see it.
is some looks like almost, it could be maybe Venice or Denmark or Copenhagen or someplace, or
Tampa.
New York City, not Tampa. But you know what? Can I show you how to get that effect, though? Let me just show you how you get that kind of effect. All right, there. If you go to Photoshop and you go to the rectangular marquee tool, there's a thing called the single column marquee. You just drag it out. It makes 1 pixel from top to bottom. Press Command J on Mac or Control J on PC, and what do you have? 1 single pixel. You go to Free Transform, grab the center, and pull. And you get that. So now, just go and lower the opacity a bit, and they had something. It may have happened in camera.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible. But
Well,
that's how
usually-
that technique
yeah.
is done. So, all right, back to, we'll close that. Back to here. All right, there was that technique. Okay.
I like that too.
Yeah, nice enough. I mean, it's not, here's the thing. This is actually executed well. It was shot at the right time of day. You have the sun going down. You have some okay clouds. But at the end of the day, it's not like, wow. It's just like, that's nice.
It's a pretty mountain, nice
Pretty
light.
mountain, nice light. It's just not, it's the subject isn't really exciting. It's not a bad shot. It's well executed, as all of this person's are. Well executed.
The one with the dock has, or the pier has foreground.
Yeah.
And that's why I like that one
Yeah,
better.
and this one does not have four. What would make this stronger is if you saw a little bit of land here or something here to make it a little bit stronger. Because you want a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. It just says middle ground, background, and it's just not interesting enough. You know what I mean? It's like, did they do something wrong on camera? No. But is it a great shot? No. That's nice.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Here's the longer exposure, right? This is a much longer exposure. Not 30 seconds, but maybe 10, 12? I don't know. Maybe.
It could be.
I don't know. I'm looking at right here, Matt.
Yeah, I can't. It's hard to see I can't see the details. Like,
yeah,
we're looking at it up on screen.
But
here.
okay, I like it. We're suckers for that black and white, kind of monochrome looking thing. I like it. I like this.
I
It's
do too.
interesting.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You know what I like about this?
So
This
far,
is
this is my favorite.
This is a very good shot. So you know what I love about this? You don't see a lot of photos where like branches and stuff are coming into the photo that look good, but this was very clever framing, and it's like you really are looking into a window because it's nice and crisp when you're standing. Then you see the guy on the dock and he has a certain level of fog around him and interest. Then you have the foreground, the middle ground, the background. You've got framing. This is a very well executed, very interesting photo. I love it. Really,
I love it too.
Very nicely done. So this photographer, I think, is really doing a pretty good job overall. So good stuff. All right.
Sliding.
Let's look at a different shot.
Well, here, go back. He's some athlete of some sort. I don't know. He's got a sword or whatever. You know what, dude?
Well, this is the devil on fire. It took me a minute. I looked at it and couldn't even tell it was the devil. I just thought it was a big thing of fire. But look, you can see he's got horns. There's the devil, and it's him. All right. So it looks like a semi-motivational poster. He's an angel. He's kicking the devil, and it says "Choose strong."
Okay, but
It's a cool little poster. I bet you he was happy with it.
But you know what it is?
Yeah.
It looks like someone took a bunch of random things and put them together.
Right. It doesn't look like a complete
Yeah,
composite.
I mean, it's like if the person wasn't there, the portrait wasn't there,
Yeah.
then it would be a great poster. But it's like he's in the shot just because he happened to be there, or just because they happened to put him in there. It doesn't feel like.
And it could be if you took the angel and the thing out, it'd be a cool composite shot for a baseball card type of thing, trading card, whatever, sportsy type of template thing.
But I think it's also, if you look at the expression on his face, it's like, yeah, I'm here, I'm taking a picture.
He's mean.
Yeah.
He's
All right.
mad.
Now this one I like quite a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, by the way.
That is you.
That is not me.
And I kind of like it. I like the post-processing. I like the way the red line goes across his back.
I think it's cool.
I think
But
that's
see, that's
actually
the
kind of
cool.
difference.
The rim
If
light?
this is by the same person, look at the first one versus this one.
Doesn't even
this
look like the
one
same
looks
person.
random versus this. Go back to the next one.
Yeah.
That looks like a well-composed, executed idea of its put together the way they're supposed to be.
This one too.
Same
Much
thing.
better.
It's like a Corey kind of thing with a cool brush thing and all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much
And the
better.
lighting looks good, and it's pretty good all the way around. I don't think it's a composite, but it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the lighting looks okay. Subject looks okay. This is probably my favorite.
That's me too.
That looks pretty good. Good form.
Thank you.
It's not you, man.
It was really hard to point my toes like that.
No, but this is good.
it's
and
good.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I see all his other work, he can do much better than that.
Yeah,
first
you
image.
can do this one. Pull this out of your portfolio as fast as you can.
Right, the
Now,
rest are great.
here's the thing that you may be experiencing, whoever did this. what you may be experiencing is, you know what, that shot took me like 5 hours to do. I really had a hard time getting the feathers, and you're looking and seeing stuff in there that we're not seeing, because I'm not judging it by how hard it was to create the flames or add the flames or do the kick or anything else. All I'm looking at is how the overall image works, and honestly, it doesn't work.
And I would say you could keep it if you just take the actual portrait out of it.
Yeah, and the text.
But the poster itself looks better than it does with the person in it.
And what they would say is, but then it doesn't make the message.
I know.
Yeah, I know. But this is bad. But
See, I disagree slightly, but what I'll say is I bet you the person who the picture was for loved it.
Loved it.
They
sure.
probably
I bet you
did.
they loved it.
Yeah.
Right. But we're not judging this on did your sister like it? Did your best friend like it?
It's whether
did a
we
guy in your
Did the
karate
client
school like it?
Yeah.
But this stuff is all you know what it is? This stuff looks like it was done by an entirely different photographer than this. This looks
Definitely.
like, you know, when I first started 3 years ago, this is the first one I did, and
Exactly.
this is what I'm doing
I was thinking
now.
the same thing,
All right,
dude.
so that's where we are. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Not a bad shot.
Yeah, I like it.
I like that.
That one's cool.
I like that.
That's
I like
my
that a lot.
favorite of the set so
Oh
far.
yeah, absolutely. I can't tell if it's camera raw or I was gonna say it looks a little out of focus, but I can't tell.
I mean, but wait, go back. What I like about this is it kind of tells a short story. It's like you got the plane, you got the fuel truck, you got the guy. You know, it's.
And you know what else? The
It's
fuel truck
interesting.
is reflecting
Right.
the sky, and you got a very interesting sky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's by far my favorite.
and this is okay with the boat out there and a couple kids swimming, but it's, you know, this one has some real potential. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know what you are? Not bad.
But yeah, that other one stands out
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it does. All right, so this one, take a look. I like that. I think it's great expression. Look at the kid.
Looks like an MPix ad.
Yeah, it does. Like an ad for MPix.
Doesn't it?
The blown out look is very
Yeah.
popular right now. I think it's a great ad. I mean, any mom would love to have that shot of her kids. It's great. That's a good
you
shot.
put it right over the couch, the table.
I like this one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Another lens flare kind of thing, but that's cool. This one's just kind of a little bit too much light, and I leaned you against the tree.
You know what? But the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that was Senior Portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not a really good.
I know,
senior
but it was
portrait,
just like Senior Portrait.
So let me ask you a question.
loves her
and
tree.
here's what I would say. I don't mean to hurt whoever the photographer's feeling is, but if you took your flash, stuck it on top of your camera, and walked up to anybody in the world and said, lean against this tree and took this shot, it would look exactly like that.
And if you look at the catch light, I'm pretty sure that's what they did.
Yeah, and that's not a very flattering thing for, in other words, so far, you're a natural light shooter.
Yeah, Pete's point. What's that stuff on her arm too?
Yeah, I was gonna go there, but I just let it go.
Oh, yeah, that's
Did a bird poop there?
You might
Well,
want to.
it's stuff from the tree, probably.
Well, still, you got to retouch that out.
Yeah.
This shot is you're a natural light shooter. And we're back to that one.
But
So-
again, look at the transition. It's like you went from
Really cool. Really cool.
really cool to
Yay! Back to
right.
that one. So now we're going to cut her some slack. It's Brad wrote on the thing that the woman that took this is 15 years old.
Wow.
I couldn't take
Wow.
pictures as good as any of
No.
these when I was 15,
No.
so my hat's off to you.
Yes,
But we're not judging you as a 15-year-old. We're judging you with everybody else.
Right.
And you've got some shots that are better than a lot of people twice your age, 3 times your age, 4 times your age,
Yep.
5 times your age.
Yeah.
And-
I've been happy to take
So-
that photo. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
So overall, we're giving you some love. It's a guy. It's a couple of babies. Kind of like that. Mm-hmm. That's kind of nice.
I like the lighting in that one.
I'm not crazy about the blur.
Yeah, it's got
So
some
the
fakiness.
blur was added afterwards, which is why you see a glow, a gray glow. You actually smeared the edges and stuff. So can I tell you how to get rid of that? How's this? Let me at least give you this. So the way to get rid of the glow is to do this. You're going to have to go take the quick select tool, select the kid's head. Okay. Then you're going to invert that. Not inverse, but invert it. So you're going to select everything but his head. So now everything but his head is selected. Now what you have to do is press Command H to hide that selection so you can see what's going on. Go get the rubber stamp tool, grab this area over here and paint it over. Let me make sure my opacity is up to 100%. And get rid of that glow altogether. I'm kind of doing a hack job of it there. But you have to get, oh, I am really hacking it. Whoa, multiple heads. All right, let me start from scratch because I'm doing it too quickly here. Let me get a smaller brush. You want to get this area over here and paint it right up against his head. And in a few minutes or a minute or two, you can get rid of that whole glow. You should not see a gray glow behind it. You can see I'm messing up there. But see how the glow's gone? And I'll show you a before and after watch. See the glow? The glow is gone.
Yep.
Now I got a little problem I got to deal with up here and stuff, but you got to get rid of that glow. That glow is not happening.
It's all around him too.
Yeah, it's all the way around. You have to go all the way around his body and do that. But at least that's how you would get rid of the glow. But not a bad shot. I kind of like the composition. His eyes are a little, whoa, too open. This is just a cute shot. It's got nice depth of field. I would like to see a little more light in there.
Yeah,
and there's a program that does that. We can go to the adjustment brush,
there you go.
Increase the exposure a little bit, and just paint right in there and kind of fix that up a little bit. Maybe that's a little bright. There you go. Just bring a little more light in there. It's a cute shot. It's not anything great, and especially bad because it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't know if you've been watching the Eagles this year, but they're not having too good. I don't know if you noticed, but they're thinking of benching Michael Vick. In fact, he basically threw in the towel last week. And I know you're a big football fan, Terry. Terry,
yeah.
Matt. So I don't know if you heard, but Vick was literally like throwing in the towel. He was like, "I'm done. I'm done." If you watch, read ProFootballTalk.com, they were like, they're going to bench him, or they're going to put in what's his name. And I guess they announced today, no, we're sticking with Vick another week. So, but you know what? I will say this. It's not all Vick's fault. There are a lot of people dropping passes right in their hands. They've got a bunch of other issues. It's not just Vick. The offensive line, he has like 1.5 milliseconds to throw the ball. It's just people aren't getting open. There's all kinds of issues, but it all starts with this kid's hat.
My favorite part about Philadelphia, the pretzels.
Oh, yeah, Matt. Hey, you know what? Matt told me, he texted me, like, you're in the Philadelphia airport, get these I stopped and got those pretzels from the stand right there in the airport.
You didn't bring any home for me.
It was when I got there.
Oh, okay.
They were delicious. You were right.
Oh, God, I love it.
Okay.
You get them to put them in the microwave, too, for like 30 seconds?
This is a nice shot. I don't know if it is necessarily the most original thought, but the shot is definitely underexposed. So I would jump over to Photoshop. And it's look at the histogram. There's all this. It's really seriously missing some of that stuff.
And then if you hold like the Option or Alt key and click on whites and blacks, drag it over, keep going.
I can't go a whole lot further.
Yeah. Right when you see something, there you go. Right, you can pull it back a little bit.
There you go. All right. So that's.
Yeah, look at that. I mean.
And then. Go over to the effects panel, bleed in a little tiny bit of edge darkening.
Pete and I talked about this a few weeks ago as like one of the...
Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it needs a simple levels adjustment.
Just a quick levels adjustment.
I didn't do a wonderful job there, but it would certainly make it better, but overall. All right, so anything else from this? So here's the thing. You're not doing anything really bad. You're not doing anything really great. So here's what I would recommend. Go look at some other photographers doing children's portraiture, because that's really what you're doing. Kid. Go look at some people
Tamara Lackey.
Tamara Lackey. Go look at Jack Resnicki. Go look at some of the people that are doing portraiture for kids and really analyze what they're doing. Look at everything from the backgrounds to the poses to the lighting, and really go, what is it they're doing? Get a piece of paper and literally write it down. Where are they positioning their subjects? Are the subjects normally looking at the frame? How are they cropping it? Really break it down like you're a coach for a football game, like you're Andy Reid, coach of the Eagles. So is Andy going to make it this year? There's so much talk about him getting fired.
Back to our story.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to take a short break. What I would say for this person is, you know what? You're not bad.
They know how to use the camera.
You know how to use the camera, but you've got a lot of growth that you can do, and I don't think it's starting with learning your camera any better. Don't spend any time on if there was a knob in here that would make my photography better. Your best tool to get better, besides Kelby Training Online, where you can take classes from Tamara Lackey and Jack Rosnicki. No, your best tool is your eyes, is to really look at what other photographers are doing that are shooting kids.
Yeah.
And really, you're really good at shooting kids. You're great at families. And Matt was just showing me some stuff he shot. Another different set of images that he just shot in Central Park the other day. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, but Matt's got that thing that makes everybody look great in his shots.
Thank you.
But it's look at what people are doing like that and then do what they're doing as best you can. Because sometimes, you look at Tamara Lackey and I can't do that. I mean, I can write it down on a piece of paper, but, it's like Matt has a knack for shooting people. Terry has a knack for shooting pumpkins. And
I do.
And water.
But and I learned a lot of it from what you just said. Is I watched people. I went and looked at people's photos that I thought were good, and I just I'd write down little things like, what can I do next time I'm out to make sure that I do that.
As a photographer, it's never look at it as, okay, I'm doing as best I can and that's it. You have to always look at who you want to aspire to be like which photographer is shooting the kind of work that you're shooting, and okay, what can I do to get to their level?
Right.
Yeah.
And if you realize that any of it might be lighting or something, I would recommend B&H Photo in New York City. Because that's where I buy all my gear. In fact, I just bought a lens from them this week.
Did you?
Bought the 24 to 120. Yeah. I actually spoke there last week. I did a little class on Photoshop. You can actually go watch it for free on YouTube, too. B&H has got a YouTube channel. But I did Photoshop for travel photography and had a great class. And then it cost me $1,200 to go to B&H and teach a free class because I left
You bought
with
a lens.
24 to 120 lens for shooting football. But that's neither here nor there because it's break time. When we come back, we have some more critiques to do. We'll try to go through them a little quicker than we have here because we're spinning through these we're eating up a lot of time. Stick around. Brad, are you making a sign or are you just dancing on your chest? So I look over there and Brad's going like this. I'm thinking, are you saying me, me, me? Is it your board? Well, me too.
King Kong.
And Nancy, do we mention we have giveaways? We didn't, did we?
Do we have giveaways?
We will. I think we're giving away Terry's iPad.
Okay, we'll have a giveaway when we get back.
We'll have a giveaway when we get back. Stick around. Don't go away. We're live right here on the grid. So, Brad.
For me, it's hard to work with colors. It's for me hard to imagine to rate my black and white images without using the Silver Effects Pro tool. These tools are very important to me, simple as that.
Hey folks, Moose here. A little birdie told me you want to learn wildlife photography. We're going to talk about everything from the basics. How do you find critters? What brings them in? I'm going to cram in more biology in this program than you could probably imagine. Because when you take that biology and combine it with that technology, the camera stuff, you come back with great images. What works for background, what works for exposure. The incredible, most important secret, the perch. We're going to talk about camera settings, we're going to talk about flash settings, we're going to talk about camera placement, we're going to talk about short lenses, long lenses. I'm going to help you incorporate it to wherever you live, be it in the middle of an island, in the mountains, the desert. Yep, I'm going to invite you to come to my home, my office, spend some time, learn some of my friends and neighbors how to take the best portrait of them possible. This is an exclusive you're going to see only on Kelby Training, so come along into the great jungle of my backyard.
Hey, we are back. Scott Kelby here with Matt Klaskowski,
Hola.
Terry White,
T-Wizzle.
and Massey.
Yo.
Yo.
Who used to call you? Was it
Pete
Sarah
and Brad
Kennedy?
helping us out.
Let's let that go.
I haven't talked to her in a long time. Our old friend used to call Terry
Okay, boys,
T-Wizzle.
bring it back around.
Yes.
Hey, a couple of things.
T-Wizzle.
I got something free for you. Free. We just released a brand new app for the iPad. It is called Shortcut Sumo, or Shortcut Sumo. And it is the biggest, baddest collection of Adobe keyboard shortcuts ever. And if you download the app, it comes with all the keyboard shortcuts for Adobe Camera Raw. And it's got a search function. It's very, very nicely done. It's got little videos where all the Photoshop guys.
I wish we could play one of the videos.
No,
That'd be
you don't.
funny.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
But we also have you can buy in-app purchases of all of Photoshop's shortcuts. We have coming shortly, right behind it, Lightroom, InDesign, and Illustrator. So go download the app. It's free right now for the iPad. It's just search for Shortcut Sumo. Also, don't forget to get involved in Help Portrait. So Help Portrait is a wonderful movement put together by Jeremy Cowart and friends. And basically, it usually happens in December.
Yeah.
You get together and you give a portrait to someone who would never be able to afford a portrait. So for years that we've been going to a drug rehab center and doing it for mothers who have children in the rehab center. Is December 8th the weekend? Okay, it's the weekend of December 8th. And go to help-portrait.com and learn. It's an amazing, it really is truly an amazing thing. And if you're thinking, so that's it, you're giving portraits to people, you have no idea the impact and effect that this has. You got to go watch their video, and you'll be in. And I strongly suggest you do that. It's a wonderful thing. All right, let's look at a couple more images here. And we're going to look at some quicker here. All right, let's take a look.
Nope.
Yikes. Yikes.
I like that one.
I like this. Yikes. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. So it's a puffin, which we don't get to see puffins every day, and that's kind of cool. It's not a great picture of the puffin. It looks as though you added a cross-stitch effect in the back. I don't think that's real. That's depth of field. Take a look here. Let me zoom in. That's not, depth of field doesn't go left to right like that.
Yeah.
So, and the eye area is really, really dark, and that's kind of a key thing in landscape photography.
Dude, it's just not a really good
we got a
picture
class
of a
for
puffin.
you. Did you see that class that just went by for Moose Peterson? That class is for you. This is kind of cute that you caught the stuff in the air, but you really can't see her face. You can kind of tell she's smiling. It's just, I took this snapshot with my cell phone in the crowd. This didn't load for whatever reason. This is hilarious because they're miniature ponies. But
I think that one. Is that you in the red, Scott?
that is me.
I got a feeling that shot might show up at a Midnight Madness.
That is me. And this one, you know what I like about this one? There's some decent separation from the background. It may be added in post, but I still like it. You can clearly see the eye. This is the best of the bunch. But Moose.
Go back one. Oh. No, back one. Yeah. I'm liking that one. I say nay.
Hey, stop horsing around. All right. Hey, and this last one, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is neat.
That's kind of cool. I like
That's
that
my
one.
favorite one out of all of them,
Me
other
too.
than the one
but
that
let's
you're
just
in.
real quickly.
That one's my favorite because it's got you.
Yeah, I'm in it. I know. All right.
So many people probably have no
Sold
idea
out
where
one.
that all came from.
No, I know. All right. The shooting angle's okay. It's not a very pretty. The flower you happen to pick isn't really fabulously beautiful. It's okay.
That's what's the
This is
Pier?
nothing?
Santa Monica, Palace of Fine Arts, San Francisco. I don't know where that is.
All right, just real briefly, not a great picture of a flower. You shot it from a great low angle.
Yeah.
It's backlit. You got all the things going for it. But in this giant field of poppies, what are these?
I don't know.
Could be a poppy.
It could be.
It's not a cactus, Brad. It is not. Stop it.
I know flowers like I know miniature horses.
Yeah, but it's just, you didn't pick a very pretty one. And that's really hard to do with flowers, so it's a fail. This is okay. It's just, this is nothing. This is like we were driving down the road and I took my cell phone, I looked out the back window and clicked.
Yeah.
Or the front window and
Yeah,
clicked.
that's their back window. They got problems.
Wrong way. Yeah. If you're looking at, you look at the back window, there's entirely your problem. This one is the only one that looks like photographic, like I tried to do something, except for I wasn't interested in the spots and specks in the photo. The processing isn't really, really bad. The water's kind of bad. You know what would make this shot look a little bit better? May I, if I may? First, let's add some clarity. Open up the shadows. Make the whole thing a little
Dude, I
brighter.
think it needed a levels adjustment.
Yeah, so look, there's just a little 5-second adjustment. That helps.
Dude, yeah.
But we're going to take it up a notch because we can. We're going to select everything from here up, right? Put it up on its own layer, and we're going to flip it vertically. Now, when I drag it down, it looks a whole lot better. But we're not done. We're going to go to levels. Wait, you know what? We're going to also rotate it a little bit, too. There we go. All right. Now we're going to go to levels, and we're going to darken the reflection so it's not so obvious. Then we're going to go and add a motion blur in the direction of the, not that much, straight down. They're 90 degrees. And we're not going to add that much. We just want to, look at that, a hint of it. And then the piece de résistance de l'orzi opacity, just a little bit to bring.
Dude, your French is getting good.
Thank you very much. To bring a little bit of the original water back, and we have this photo for you today.
Can we see before and after?
Can we see it before and after? Yeah. The only way to do that,
Well,
though,
just with the reflection before and after.
No. We're gonna
You're
go
gonna do real
all
before.
the way. We're gonna take this back, and we're actually gonna reopen the photo. See if it'll let us reopen it in here and put it back to where we started. So here is the before and after. After, before.
Yep.
After, before. This guy could use some work too. But anyway, that's a 15-second retouch there. But it needed some work. Okay. Back to reality. This is just a kind of a very dark photo.
It's almost too dark. Yeah.
It's too dark.
And that is the view I get of the Golden Gate Bridge every time I go to San Francisco, by the way.
Yeah.
So I feel your pain.
All right. So it needs a bit of work here. All right, what do we got? Who?
Quack.
Okay. So I'm going to give you this one because the Grand Canyon is one of the singular hardest places to shoot
Ever.
from the visitor center, which is where you shot this from.
Yes, it was.
Ever. You have to go down in the canyon. You look at this amazing thing, and you put your camera up, and you go, no, it shrunk it down to this little thumbnail. It's not a good shot anyway, but we're going to give you that one. This is just completely out of focus.
Yeah.
For a motion shot to work, her face would have had to be in focus.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
great to show motion. Look at the motion here, like she's dancing and stuff. But for her face to be out of focus, this shot is gone. It should be deleted from your camera. This is just a guy looking at it. It's you could say it's kind of funny because he's standing there looking at it, but it's really not even that
Convert
funny.
it to black and white, you can call it street photography art.
There you go. Okay. A buddy of mine said, I don't care how good your picture of a duck is.
It's still a
It's
bleeping
still
duck.
A bleeping duck. And that's
We
just,
can't say the word that
And
they
here's the
say.
thing is, if you walked up to a duck in that pond with your cell phone, how would it be any different than what you have here? It wouldn't be. It would be exactly that. A kid with a cell phone gets the exact same shot. It is nothing. And if it was possible to get something worse than that, you just did. It's just, I mean, look at all this stuff over here. You'd have to crop it in. The reflections are kind of nice. You can't see much of this one's face. These are, you know what they all, here's what it is. They're all snapshots. That's not bad if that's what your goal is, but you send them in to be critiqued on your photographic ability. This, of everybody today, you got a long way to go.
Yeah, I don't really see one on there that couldn't be taken with your camera phone.
Yeah, they're all camera phone shots. Okay, real quick, we're about out of time. That's very nice. Now,
I like it.
it's beautiful colors and a beautiful sky. I like the vibrance of it. This is unfortunately the foreground is not very pretty, a big bush, but I love the way the thing's coming up over. This is very nice
like
light.
that.
You know what I like about this photographer already? Nice light, except for the flash.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I was
don't
wondering.
know. Don't light your flash. Your subject's like 30 feet away. Your flash goes 12 feet. Don't use your flash. It's kind of interesting. Here's the photographer. We know it's a guy now. I'm not a pet shot guy, but I kind of like this one. I wish you could see the rest of his foot, right? But I love that, you know, shooting pets with a wide angle up close is cute, like 14 millimeter.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is nothing. This is, I was walking through the crowd with my cell phone and bang.
And she looked at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you started off strong and it melted a little bit. We only got a few more left, so we're lucky. Here we go. I like it. I think it's whatever lighting was in that place. It's kind of a little harsh there in his face, but I like the vibe of this shot.
Yeah, it looks
It's got a
cool.
good vibe. That's kind of okay.
Kinda neat, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, oh, it's kind of cute.
Light painting.
Light paintings, all right.
Dave Black style.
You know what? I like the
I do too.
minimalist of it. I like it all. Good stuff. All right, big difference between this photographer and the last one.
You know what, dude? I'd love to see one of those kids laying on that bench, like just kind of like sitting on the bench or looking. Of
course, he's probably in like a nightclub or something, and they're probably not. Okay, but
That's cool. Yeah, neat
good
stuff.
shot, good stuff. We're digging you. Feel the love. Let the love feel you back. I like that. 432 stairs to climb up there. I really like, this is my favorite one. I like the composition and like the gargoyle in there.
Needs a levels adjustment.
Horrendously needs a levels adjustment. This one is kind of nice. It's a nice sunsetty kind of picture taken from the water. So, but you know, maybe looks like Maine. This is just, you know, nothing. Okay, an over smooth psycho kitten can't go in my portfolio. Yes, in your
doesn't love
portfolio,
kittens?
it can. Oh, I'm just kidding. That was cute. No, that was cute. But a couple of good shots.
Yeah.
You know what I would say? Landscape's your stuff, not cityscapes
Or kittens.
and not that thing or kittens. But your landscape stuff, it's pretty good. Yowza.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see that. Wait, go back. No, to the kid.
The girl.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. I like
I kind of like that one.
It's because we like kids.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's like aimed at the sky. That's cute. It's uncomfortable. It's just an uncomfortable picture. And I'm not meaning because it's two guys. I mean, it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. As is this one. This is a much better
Shot of the
Grand Canyon, like night and day, that still needs a levels adjustment and other things, but it's not bad. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
This isn't bad. I like it, actually. This is probably my favorite. It's just a door. That's interesting.
That's my favorite.
That's interesting. All right, we got some good photographer here. Good job, whoever that was. I'm digging you.
Levels adjustment on the Grand Canyon photo, though.
Yeah.
Do it.
I like the close-upness of it. I like that you see another car. I don't like seeing the camera. He's holding the camera right there.
I wish it wasn't done at high noon, but
Yeah, and high noon isn't helping. Oh man.
good action shot.
Good action shot. A little more, and you'd like to see a little more of this, but that's actually a pretty good shot. That's pretty.
Very pretty.
I like this. This is what I was talking about
But that's
earlier.
the motion blur. Yeah, that's the motion blur.
This is what I was
example.
talking about, where her face and
Right.
things are
In focus.
in focus, but part of it's then you get a little bit of the motion. That's pretty good. All right, not bad.
Go back to the car one. Oh, let's do it. Never mind.
Take it.
I like the reflection. I like the hubcap. I like everything, like I said, except for the photographer being in the shot. But then what distracts me from the shot is the other car.
Yeah, that and what distracts me too is the bright.
Yeah.
Bright.
Car shows are tough.
Car shows are tough,
Yeah.
and you have all these.
There's
beautiful stuff
nothing they
there,
could do
and
to
it's like,
avoid. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
beach
like you said,
volleyball?
you have these beautiful things there, and you can't do anything about it.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
See, that to me looks like 4
Yeah.
snapshot.
Snapshots.
Yeah. They're all okay. They're not terrible. You put a vignette on, it didn't help. I like this.
That's kind of neat. I like the post-processing a lot.
I like the post-processing. I like the shot. I'm not crazy about the post on this one.
I'm not crazy about the cropping on that one.
It looks like Alan Hess if he was a guitar player. I like this. I like this.
Detail, grunge.
I like that.
Oh, much
I
better
like
on
that.
the concert,
This is
too.
good. This is good. He looks like, he doesn't look like he's really a guy playing there. It's like you told your friend, hold this guitar and act like you're playing. He probably is a real guitar player, but that one didn't do it for me. This is really good. I really like this and this. So pretty good stuff. All right, we got to blow out of here. Just one more. Nancy, I'm going to look at a couple more. I'm going to get one or two ready. Nancy, tell us about the prizes and what we've got. We got some tickets to some upcoming seminars. One from Joe McNally, a couple from me.
Joe McNally in Philadelphia on Friday is one of our prizes. And then our other two prizes are to see Scott live in Boston on Wednesday and in Washington, D.C. on November 15th. So as we've been doing, you're going to go to the contest link, which is kelbytv.com/contest, and fill it all out. Let us know which seminar you would like to attend, and we will go through on Monday and pick the winners.
That was pretty short and sweet there.
In the live blog right now.
Thank you, Nance.
You're welcome.
All right, what do we got? What do we got?
Real quickly. We've got a guy that should have got up at dawn.
Oh my gosh, yes, he should have.
You went to a beautiful place.
Oh,
and
yes,
you
got
shot
up
it
at
in
the
the worst
wrong
light
time.
you could. Look at this. This is like a classic, iconic place. You're up in Banff, and you were in one of the greatest places.
And here's the thing. It makes a pretty photo any time of the day, so you can imagine how good it looks at sunrise or sunset.
It's not bad. It would have been fantastic at dusk. It would have been fantastic at dawn. Dawn is really the time to shoot this one.
I like that composition, though. I don't see that one up there a lot. I kind of like that.
But, you know, it's got lots of good stuff. The one lone canoer out there. There's a lot of good stuff. This is...
Dude,
that one's bad. That one goes all together.
I have the copyright on canoes and
he does. He is the cano guy. Very nice. What is this, Oregon?
Yeah, it looks like the Oregon coast.
Hey, you know what would be nice? Bring a little detail out in those rocks. Bring a little detail in there. You'd have to paint back
Cannon Beach, Bandon Beach, maybe one of those.
All right, but that's not bad.
Ooh.
It's a little overprocessed for my taste.
But it's got a cool, you know what it is? A little darker, a little less processing, but that's a cool little HDR scene.
Maybe with a vignette.
That's a neat little HDR scene.
Yeah, see.
I even go heavier on the vignette.
Yeah. See how it's bringing in the edges? There you go.
Vignette.
Now I like it.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit overdone. Let me go to something we can see a better.
You could have held off on the HDR effect just a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, that you know what? Stick the original exposure on there and put it right on top and lower the opacity by 50%. You'd have a really cool image. Kind of interesting. No, it's not a killer. It's so bright out there. It's not bad. And I like this.
Yeah.
It would be better later in the day, but you know, you can actually do some things to influence that. Let's go the other way.
Yeah, you know what you do there, dude? You blew up the sky and then go to the graduated filter and drag it from the bottom with like some warmth.
Bottom up?
With the temperature slider to the right.
I want to go that way. Blew up the sky?
Well, I don't think you can make the foreground warmer.
I will process this. Cancel. All right.
But anyway.
I was already into trouble. Street in Vegas. Building not done.
No.
Overprocessed. Grossly overprocessed.
Very over. Nah, it's.
All right.
Is that the same? Okay, that's all
know.
one person.
Needs a little bit of work there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. 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 This is just the overprocessing capital of the world. Look, your clouds have drop shadows and glows. This is just way over the top. When people talk about over the top HDR processing, this picture could be in the dictionary besides it. Yeah, this is way.
And it's also, it looks like it's high noon.
This one is, look at your horizon line. Come on. Come on, look at your horizon line. All right? It looks like it's hanging from the ceiling. You couldn't compose this to where you couldn't see the wires that it's hanging by?
Or clone them out.
Boba Fett. Just, again, look at, you got white shadows around everything. It's just overprocessed to death. So, unfortunately, when people say, I hate HDR, they're talking about you. And this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah. Okay, you're not alone now. You have company. Oh, no, this...
And dead trees, dude.
Dead trees.
Fall trees, yeah.
Shots.
No, they're not dead, but they're not happy either.
Well, these could have been cell phone shots. Yeah, epic.
Epic what?
Epic fail. Okay. Last one. Very nice. Beautiful. Look, okay. The horizon line is in the lower third. You have a lot of interesting clouds. So and this is a landscape thing. This is our last one, so I'm going to take a second on it. So when you're shooting a landscape, where do you put the horizon line? Do you put it in the upper third or the lower third? Here's an easy rule to go by. Which is more interesting, your sky or your ground? Yep. You make more of whatever's interesting. They made the exact right choice. The ground is kind of boring. The sky is fabulous. So you intentionally put the horizon line down here so you see more of the sky. It's the easiest decision to make. Which one looks better, sky or ground? All right. This tree isn't helping over here. I would just clone that right out.
And if they both look cool, shoot them both ways.
Yeah. And shoot them both ways, and probably one will. But good post-processing, not overdone, pretty colors, very nicely done. Also, nice, good leading lines,
long
nice
exposure,
reflections, long exposure. I like it. I don't like it as much as the others, but you know what it is? You're shooting everything in good light.
Yeah. Except that.
Except that. It's not bad. It's just, at the zoo. And very pretty. Very pretty. Maybe a little heavy on the processing, but this is good though. Good photographer. Good. You know what I love? You're really concerned about light. You got good composition.
Go back to that last one again. Oh. That one. The only thing I would do on that one is just lower the light a little bit on that lower left corner, just a little.
Oh, over here because it's drawing your eye.
It's drawing my eye to that, which it's not as interesting as the other part.
All right, let's go to the adjustment brush and.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of paint that back a little bit. We can also take some of the highlights back, would help with that, and some of the, that'll do. And see what, it was drawing your eye over there,
Yep,
Terry, right?
There you go.
So what
but look at the difference. Look at that.
What do you want me to look at though? So that's it's got foreground, it's got a background and all, but I would have to say, what do you want me to look at? If you want me to look at that island, you better make that island brighter. You better do something to make me look over there, and then add some contrast and some clarity or something. You got to give me you got to tell me where to look and why. And so look at the island there. Now it's kind of popping out a bit more.
Yeah.
But, overall though, I think this photographer's on a good mark. All right.
Yep.
So guys, I know we had a couple of little lighthearted jokes.
Good group of images today, though.
Good group of images. I think much better than normal. So hats off to most everybody. The couple of people that we dinged. I think in every case, your problem, it's not camera gear, but if it is, go to B&H Photo. It's not it's not really going and taking a class. But if you do go to kelbytraining.com, it really is looking at other photographers' work and analyzing it. Where also a good place to go for this is 500px.com.
Yeah.
Go to 500px.com.
Yep.
And
search for whatever you're doing.
Whatever it is for children, for landscapes, for portraits and all, and that's a great place. Now, we had a lot of people ask, where can you go to submit images for these critiques? Every month, usually at the middle of the month. Now, I had to miss last week because I was out of town, and Matt said, let's wait a week to do them. But usually around the 15th to the 20th is when we do the critiques, traditionally. If you go, keep an eye on really my Google Plus page or Matt's Google Plus page. If you keep an eye on that and monitor that, around the middle of the month, we will say, today's the day. Sometimes we give 2 days notice, and we'll say, tomorrow's the day. And I wish I thought of that yesterday.
And you know what? We can give them it's kelbytv.com
right
/grid/critiques.
Yeah, kelbytv.com.
You can go submit them now, and they'll get put into the pool.
Yeah, and we'll look at them for next time. I'm sorry?
/thegrid.
So kelbytv.com /thegrid/
critique.
Critique. CRI. It is not plural. CRITI something. There's a number of letters.
Nancy
one of them's a
posted
T.
the link too.
Oh, Nancy posted the link. Hey, we want to thank our sponsor, B&H Photo.
Really?
I did not see that coming.
Really?
And I bet another sponsor is Kelby Training.
Give me one more.
MPix.
MPix, very good, very good. Those are our
Hey,
sponsors.
you know what? If you haven't downloaded it yet,
They've got an
MPix
app.
MPix has an app.
They have a brand new app. Seriously, it's awesome though.
It is. They have the app that I think is the perfect thing for your iPhone because I don't carry a point and shoot anymore, do you?
Mm-hmm. No.
So you just upload your iPhone photos straight to the app and you have them printed 4x6s.
4x6. They have two sizes, right? 3x5, 4x6.
Something like that.
Yeah, they have a couple different sizes. Goes straight from your phone right to them, and they email it to you. All right. Anything else, Brad? You're making news, guys. Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you, ma'am.
See you.
Always good to be here.
And to our moderators, Brado and Petey, and Terry White. You are beautiful.
He is beautiful.
You know what? I gotta
I
say,
was just
though,
admiring the beauty.
Let's take a moment, shall we? You know when the light hits you just right.
Yeah, I need a lot of adjusting.
No, you know what it
it's-
is?
it's-
you need
it's
different
good.
light. It's not you. It's these
Yeah,
lights.
They don't make those lights.
Can we get when we have Terry on? Can we get some like big octas? Just fill the studio with octas. Because I'm telling you what, you get him in front of like a 71-inch octa, you will fall in love. All right. Doesn't matter whether you're man, woman, small animal. You will be. He feeds animals out of his hand.
He does.
It's amazing. All right, guys. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week right here on the grid. Take care, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Pointy.
Choppy.
You're not
Sad.
pointing. You're not choppy.
This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by MPix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto, imagine more. On One Software that gets you back to shooting. Adorama, more than a camera store. Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images. Peach Pit Press, publishers of technology books, ebooks, and videos for creative people. Epson, exceed your vision. Expo Imaging, Rogue Flash Benders for speedlight enthusiasts. Nix Software, photography first. And B&H Photo, the professional source.